So we finally got our first bit of information for Season 5 of Black Ops 6 and Warzone, and guess what? A character by the name of Lawrence Sims is returning. Now, this is an interesting one because based off of the campaign of the game, you would have assumed that Lawrence Sims had retired and specifically stated that he was never working with Adler again, but some things have changed, and what I realized when I started to piece this video together is I have never made a video on Lawrence Sims, the full story of him, his backstory, nothing. So I thought I would take this opportunity of Lawrence Sims returning to kind of give you a little bit of background of what this character is all about. So I guess without further ado, this is the full story of Lawrence Sims. February 4th, 1942, Lawrence Sims was born in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Now, we don't have an exact date, but as a child, he lost his father, and he developed a laid-back and lightly sarcastic persona, but he ended up following in his father's footsteps, studying the world of technology in both the military and consumer areas. Now, he actually graduated with a scholarship from Rochester Institute of Technology, after which he entered the United States Army, where he served for 2 years before joining the CIA. He quickly became known for his keen intelligence and pragmatism and his ability to solve difficult problems. In a twist of fate, both him and Russell Adler would get put on the MAC-V SOG division team in Vietnam and be on the same mission in January of 1968.
Reading that shit's gonna make you go blind.
Yup. That's why I want it all up here.
Well, you're with Sims. You usually bring out the best in each other.
Now, Adler worked alongside Sims throughout the Vietnam War in several circumstances, being right on the tail of Perseus, being some of the only people to ever find out any information whatsoever about Perseus at that given day. Now, ever since Vietnam, Russell Adler and Lawrence Sims have kind of worked hand in hand, as Sims was more or less Russell Adler's right-hand man. So then come the events of Black Ops Cold War. They're once again hunting down Russell Adler, and just like before, his right-hand man is right alongside him. However, this time he wasn't planning on working in the field. He was going to be the guy working behind the scenes, taking care of the safe house and getting everything ready, whether it be a vehicle or something else, for every individual mission. That's at least what he says when you ask him as Bell.
Only when they tell me not to. This assignment, I'm mostly gonna run the shop. Whatever you guys need, I'll make sure you have it. You see, I got a list of connections longer than the Great Wall. Adler needs it, I can procure it. No exceptions. Sure, I could get that. No problem.
Now, one thing was clear is that Lawrence Sims always kind of questioned some of the extreme decisions that Russell Adler made, whether that was using MK Ultra on Bell, or specifically, it seems like the thing that really pushed him over the line is the decision that Russell Adler made with Bell at the very end of the game.
You're a goddamn hero, you know that, kid? Heroes have to make sacrifices. That's why when I ask you for one more, I hope you understand. It was never personal.
However, even though Sims starts to question some of Adler's motives, he's still always there for him. In fact, when Adler got taken in the year 1984 by Stitch, he was one of the first people to go in and start looking for him in Laos, and he continued the search for him throughout the year 1984, eventually ending in Verdansk. It was after this time where Sims doesn't only start to question Russell Adler, but specifically the CIA as a whole. He starts to question what they do, the morals and lines that they actually cross, so he ends up leaving the CIA and rejoining the US Army. So he ends up working his way up to the rank of captain and is deployed in US Central Command in 1991 during Operation Desert Storm. So he's already over there when Russell Adler reaches out to him to use some of his connections to hunt down Pantheon, specifically to go after a doctor by the name of Dr. Gusev.
Figured if I stuck around hell long enough, I'd see the devil.
How's he look?
That's what I expected. I left Langley because of you. Remember that, don't you?
Central Command, huh?
It's above the table. Unambiguous. Maybe you should give it a try.
No, no, it's a little late for me. So can you get us to Gusev?
I can get you close. But Doc, this is it for me. I'm on a different path now. Once you get what you need, I'm out.
It's the second time I've heard that this week.
Lord, give me strength. Get your crew. We leave in 5.
So you can hear Sims actually say that Adler was the reason why he left the CIA and has a huge amount of hesitation of working with them once again, just again because of those lines that Russell Adler loves to cross. It even gets to the point when Case ends up getting out of the helo that drops them in, he gives them some words of warning with working with Russell Adler.
Hold up, Case. Adler's on the hunt, but we still got rules out here. I trust you'll follow. Let's go!
Now, this can once again be seen at the end of this mission when they eventually get to Gusev, and Adler, as well as Case, get them to spill the beans as to what is going on with Cradle. Russell Adler once again crosses another line, and Sims has to step in.
That'll work. You can dispose of him now.
What? No! No! Told us what he knows.
Getting soft in your old age, huh, Sims?
You've got your ways and I've got mine. Gusev's in my custody now.
Marshall, you catch all that?
So again, Sims swears to never work again with Russell Adler. He doesn't retire altogether like a bunch of people have said, he just decides not to work with him. And this doubles down by the end of the Black Ops 6 campaign when we find out that our main characters are going to have to go rogue and work undercover, essentially in order to kind of get at Pantheon and find out who's within the CIA. Well, lo and behold, with the end of Season 4 and the cinematic we got there, we find this out.
Kuzmin broke the code names.
And the Pantheon's scattering like cockroaches. We're going home. Full pardons. No more rogue shit.
So now Woods, Adler, and Marshall all have pardons, which means they no longer have to work kind of behind the scenes as rogue agents. They can go back and work directly with or as a CIA agent, which kind of frees them up to do as they will, which would kind of lend us to believe that they may be going on a new mission with the United States Army for some reason alongside Lawrence Sims. Now, the question that I personally have is what would change Lawrence Sims' mind to once again go ahead and work with Russell Adler? That's probably what we're going to find out next, and whenever we get that cinematic for Season 5, that is probably the question that will be answered. But for now, this is all of the information that we have on Lawrence Sims, all piled into one video. He kind of has a shorter backstory as he's kind of like a secondary character throughout the various different games, but that's everything we know for now. And as we get more information, I will keep you up to date on all of the Call of Duty story, just like always. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making it.